at a very famous intersection here in San Francisco, Hayden-Ashbury. This block right here is the center of the hippie countercultural movement of the 60s. I'm here in San Francisco still. The hippies questioned the order.
Now at this point, we are going to leave Golden Gate Park to go into and take a slight sojourn through the Haight-Ashbury district of San Francisco.
I think it's be a major historical event for this country.
Stopped into a church. I passed along.
The hippies questioned what was currently going on in America at the time. The wars, the government intervention, big government, etc. controlling our lives. What this video is about is how to escape the Matrix. How many people here have seen the Matrix and fucking loved it? One of my favorite movies. I love this movie because everything it says is true. And I'm also a big fan and debater of simulation theory.
Well, maybe we're in a simulation right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
And it's something I talk about a lot with my friends. But the Matrix, if you remember, there's a key point in there. He says, Neo, they've built a prison for your mind. It is a prison you cannot see or smell or hear or touch. It's a prison for your mind.
You are a slave, Neo. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage. Born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind.
And that is exactly true. That's exactly what we're living in right now. The three things that are part of imprisoning our mind, there are three core things. Two of them, actually almost all three of them, are things outside of our control. So the first thing, the thoughts, the rules, the structure that control our mind are our parents. Tell us what to do, what to think, what the life trajectory is. Go here, go to school, go to high school. 4 years of this, 4 years of that, get a job, do this, etc. By the way, one of the nice things about Haight Street, you'll notice, is all these kind of old Victorian type mansions. See, by the way, on a side note, San Francisco is a fucking dirty city. There are bums everywhere, it's dirty, people are not very fun, and I mean, I don't know. For being one of the most expensive cities, I think it's the most expensive city in the US, and the center of the kind of new world, you know, the new tech world order or whatever that's coming on. It is a dirty city. There's so many people living on the streets here. It's actually really disgusting.
San Francisco is home to more than 6,000 homeless people.
I'm not gonna go too much into that, but it's just kind of a side note that one of the richest cities in the world is also one of the poorest and the dirtiest and the ugliest, but what have you. I do really like the big old kind of Victorian mansions though, or houses that this area is known for. Haight-Ashbury was originally built in the 1880s, just a side note. So our parents feed us a lot of things. The second thing is the education system.
Budgets for the U.S. Department of Education have continued to rise as educational results have continued to fall. It's a direct correlation, and I don't think it's a coincidence.
Most governments are in control of the education system, and the education system is built to control our minds. It's built to push thoughts in us, sit in nice little rows, be complicit, follow the rules. This is what you should do. You fit into these little categories. Work a job. Everything school teaches us, it teaches us to obey. Education was not done like this in the olden days. Education is built to put us at a loss from the very beginning. It's disgusting. And then the third thing is the media, the big news media, which is controlled by basically three companies or 3 or 4 companies. It's built to control our minds, and it's all hogwash. CNN, NBC, ABC, Fox, they're all fucking the same. And what scares the shit out of them is that people like you and millions, if not billions of other people are turning to YouTube, because YouTube is allowing independent voices into the situation, and it scares the shit out of people. They are now limiting the reach of videos that talk about things that are controversial or conspiracies. Who determines what is a conspiracy?
The idea that the CIA ran secret mind control experiments was treated as an insane conspiracy theory of paranoiacs up until 1995. That year, President Clinton issued a formal apology on behalf of the US government, revealing that the speculations weren't just morbid fantasies of unstable individuals.
The big brands that control, that are investors, and that are seeing the growth of YouTube, these companies are scared. Who the fuck determines what a conspiracy is? It's crazy. YouTube is limiting the reach of a lot of videos now, and this is a whole other issue, but they're limiting the voices of people. YouTube is catching on in a massive way as a platform because it is allowing the people to speak. It is allowing people to trade news and information that would otherwise not be traded, and thought points and viewpoints, and that the big systems or whatever, companies, brands, whatever that control the world don't like it. Some cool funky art. Look at all this stuff. Lots of cool little shops and smoke shops, coffee shops, and funky bars around here. Skateboard stuff, street art, etc. Kind of cool area. Oh, and here's Amoeba Music. They sell those big vinyl records here. Here, I'll show you guys. This is a shop that sells music. You got that right there. So the best way to get control of these, obviously you can't affect what your parents say, what the education has told you, and what the media has told you, but question everything, myself included, but question everything. Don't take all the information people tell you for granted. Be skeptical, but to a point. It's your life. You determine what goes on. I hear a lot of people say, oh, John, what you talk about is bullshit. You can't make $1 million in a year. That's not possible. Nobody does that. You tell everybody can be an entrepreneur. John, that's not possible. What the fuck are you joking? How the fuck are people making all this money on the internet? Look around, man. Look around. It's possible. It's not just me, man. It's not just me. There's lots of people out there being very successful. So escape the matrix. Escape the prison for your mind. Start destroying those walls. Feed yourself the right media. Question what your family's fed you since birth. And turn off the fucking big news media. It's all bullshit.
Bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Bullshit. Follow me. There are other people on YouTube which are really cool. I love Casey Neistat, and I just look up a lot of stuff on YouTube, frankly. Just looking around. Guys, like this video. Let me know if this resonates. This might have been uncomfortable for some people. I'm questioning a lot of the things that I think people out there believe solidly with or grew up with or whatnot. But like it if you agree. Like it if you're on the same page. Subscribe and leave a comment below. I love hearing from you guys. Love the community we're building. And as always, stay good. See you tomorrow.
John's training helped me buy a car and stop trading time for money.
It's worth it to buy John's program because you can double, triple, even quadruple your money in a very short amount of time.
Hi, my name is Demetrius. I basically started using his tactics yesterday and already started seeing results. After going through the program, I made my first commissions basically yesterday. John CRESTANI, thank you so much for access to your program. It is powerful, and I hope your students and people actually get in, and they'll see. They'll be able to understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so thank you again, and I appreciate everything that you put out.